over the years after him starting the business, did he get softer?
I can't say he got soft. I can say he grew up. He matured. He started taking his medication. Gucci had mental illness. He was mentally, all that shit we saw Gucci doing, he's really schizophrenic. He used to be in the hospital in Atlanta, you know, getting mental illness pills and shit. He wasn't taking his medicine, man. That wasn't off his pills. He was off his rocker, man. He was living where he was going through things.
Oh my God. Gucci Gucci
You seen him on that video in the mall fighting it, man. It was dope, bro. Now that on some he stabilized. I work at a mental health hospital, man. Some of the people come in there and don't even know who they is. They do shit. They wild. But once they get medicated for about a week or two and they get back on their meds, man, they normal. They different people, bro. You'll look at them and talk to them. They intelligent. So we gotta look at Gucci. He was self-medicating, bro. He was on them drugs. Gucci went to jail. He came back stable.
Count no money, romantic to her. Think I might purchase her panties or something. Her manners up on me, she's still in the slums.
I think I'm number one because I just got out of jail May 24th, 2016. That was 4 years ago. And look what I did in 4 years. I made 105 albums in 25 years. I'm the GOAT.
And his wife is feeding him his medicine to keep him stable. They get off his medicine for probably 6 months straight. We gonna see that old Gucci. What's happening? This Big Johnny, rocking with Video Wayne. Y'all know what it is, man. We back at it again. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
What do you make of this crowd?
I'm loving it. I love the energy.
What can you tell me about your set list?
I'm gonna mix the old with the new. You know what I'm saying? This guaranteed to work.
Is Gucci a rat? Is he a snitch?
Man, listen, for one, where I'm from, you can't say a snitch until you see that black and white. We ain't seen no paperwork on Gucci. You know, they got different stories out there. Now, as far as that song he did, I guess he rapping about life experiences, right? The song was whack. But this shit, if you be following bloggers, this shit was in the news about 3 weeks before prior. This dude, Hernandez, the dude who they had on the Dolph trial, he came out and said something about it. So he kind of, can we label him as a witness? Or as, you know, he came on the internet with like, yeah, Shiesty and them robbed Gucci. Shit, that's like telling, the news was already out before Gucci even said something. So I don't know if that's ratting or what. And then I look at it like this. You can look at it several ways. Because what I was taught ratting is if me and you come up with a plan, we devise a plan, and the plan don't go right for one of us, and when you get to that place, you tell the people what the plan was and what happened. To me, that's ratting. You see what I'm saying? But somebody coming with they move on you, and you ain't aware of the move, and it's a business. This ain't a drug deal. This is a business deal, right?
Okay, which kind of take me into the next play, right? You got guys like Suge Knight. You got guys like Don King, especially with Don King and Gucci Mane having similar backgrounds with both catching a body at young, and then coming from being in the street into being business and being in the industry. Don King never changed. Don King stayed gangster.
Right.
What about Gucci?
Gucci.
Because he claiming that civilian shit now.
He playing that civilian shit, and that's where the lines get blurred at to me. Cause, like, I'm gonna give you an example. Jeezy, right? Mm-hmm. You know, Jeezy was in the streets, but Jeezy has came out to the world and let people know he's changed. He's a civilian. He's showed that he's changed, and he's spoken on the change that he's made. He's a different person. He's a different man, right? So you will respect something like that. But Gucci, he still have that street persona. But I still don't feel like you ain't supposed to cooperate, in which they say Gucci didn't cooperate. They said his security guard was a ex-police officer. And he told.
But you played the street man card. Like I couldn't take you up on that. I took you up on, okay, well, he a family man now. He got Keisha, he got this, these kids. He ain't no gangster. He ain't in the streets no more. They robbing old man. You knew you fought this side of $24 million.
Say, bro, they spoke about the 24 million. A lot of people saying that Gucci Mane played him out of 24 million. I don't know if they understand that Gucci Mane made 24 million, right? So the money that Shiesty coming after Gucci for, as far as 24 million, if the company made 24 million, the artist can't get 24 million, right?
Artists can't. Gotta realize, that's another thing these young boys gotta do. Gotta learn how to read or get a lawyer to read for them. Cause once you sign these contracts, you bind it into that contract. I'm gonna give you an example. NBA YoungBoy signed when he first signed, he signed a $2 million for 5 albums, right? We know he the biggest artist in the world. His first album cleared the $2 million. YouTube cleared the $2 million. YoungBoy ain't go crash out and go rob no niggas. What he did was steady drop that shit, that fire, and then when it was time to renegotiate his contract, he set the basis. Now he the richest rapper, one of the richest young rappers it is out there. It's a lot of work at a 9 to 5. Say work at the prison. The prisoners get paid $500 a day for a prisoner to be locked up. The prison guards don't get paid $500 a day. They get paid a percentage. Them niggas can't run in that bitch and rob the warden because they ain't getting $500 a day. They signed up for that shit. Open your own group home. Open your own prison facility, and you can control how the money go. That's what Master P did. That's what Birdman did. Them started their own shit, and they control where the money go. As long as you sign to one of them big companies or somebody who giving you a 360 deal, they own you, homie, until you couldn't renegotiate the contract like NBA YoungBoy did.
The person I was at 10 years ago, I'm not the same person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the person I used to be, I'm nowhere near that. Like, I'm way more mature, I'm way nicer.
Pre-prison Gucci, after prison Gucci, did he get softer?
We could call it soft, but we could also call it maturity. Gotta grow up one day, bro. My daddy was a gangster at one time, but then he became a preacher. We gotta grow up one day, bro. And we steady think as a child we're gonna be children forever.
You know I got my bread up, I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup.
What about the song? You think the song is in a way snitching? I listened to the song, I didn't get that. I didn't get that it was snitching. It was pretty much what was already out there, you know?
Yeah, it was his testimony. It was already, it was kind of like he telling, but he didn't say no names. He insinuated. If anybody said names, it was the Hernandez dude and the big black dude with the dreads. And this is not a diss to them. This facts. These came with the story weeks before the shit even hit the news big. So they told that Gucci got robbed by Shiesty.
Exactly how it happened.
Exactly how it happened, like they were character witnesses. So are these guys character witnesses? Are we not remembering that? Like, we can't move the goalposts. It's either one or the other. Either Gucci ran it. You could call it you could say he ran it, but shit. He say he a civilian now, so he gotta stick with the civilian.
The media had already told it before Gucci came out and said anything. The fucking story was already out.
It was out.
But him confirming it, I guess would be him telling Noah.
I guess that would be considered telling.
Because technically you ain't supposed to talk to the police at all. Get out my face, get away from it type shit, you know.
That's what they want you to do. That's what they say.
As far as that street shit goes.
That's what they saying street supposed to do, right?
Right.
But I look at it like, if this is a business deal, we handling business. If I was selling, if Gucci was selling that some bricks, he's supposed to be quiet, because that's illegal businesses that they agreed upon to do together that didn't go right. But once it's some business or some shit that this man gotta.
To me, like, the business is like a shield. You know, if I'm a gangster and you fucking with me or you played me, gangster shit gonna happen, right? It's just that simple. Not unless Gucci done enough business to understand and know that if gangster shit go down in these prisons, it could sour his whole shit and everything he worked for. So I don't know that.
But to me, it's blurry, because what is gangster shit? You see what I'm saying? You got some ignorant shit. Is that considered gangster shit? Because, look at the mob, man. On the mob, there was gangsters, right?
Right.
A lot of the mob dudes was rats. Then a lot of the mob dudes didn't do that shit in front of their kids and their mama. They never crashed out. So that ignorant shit make you gangsters? Cause you ignorant, you gangster? I can't agree with that. Cause I was taught to play chess, not checkers. If you play checkers, you're gonna just jump anywhere. It's blurred, man. We gotta realize what's mental illness and what's real, man. What just cause a crash dummy, he shot up some shit, he a gangster? Fiend said a long time ago, when we war for reasons, man. You gotta have a reason to do what you do. Pooh Shiesty had a reason, but he didn't think. You gotta be a thinker, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, we could say Gucci a rat, we could speak on that. Yeah, all right, he a rat. All right, that was a business deal, so he wasn't even going in there with no strap to defend himself. But, is Pooh Shiesty a gangster for doing that dumbass shit? Should we be praising that dumbass shit he did? They say the probation officer told him, you're not where you're supposed to be. You still got your jail bracelet on, your monitor on, and you doing stupid ass shit, man? Come on, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Right. That definitely was some crash dummy shit.
You could easily say that Pooh Shiesty would not be where he is on any level if Gucci didn't come in and co-sign and put that muscle behind.
Oh, your artist might turn on
It's the most thankless job ever.
Motherfuckers don't make the right records, they gonna blame you.
See, my thing with the Gucci Mane thing, I was all right with everything that happened in the situation until he did that diss song. But you played the street man card.
To me, ratting is you hustling, you minding your business, you doing whatever you doing, minding your business, and somebody stick their nose in there and they tell on you. They ain't got nothing to do with the business. That's a tattletale, a rat. But
Let's say you and your partner riding, or you and the riding, right?
Right.
One of y'all dirty. Police pull y'all over, find that shit. The nigga who dirty say it ain't mine. The other nigga say, well, I ain't gonna, and he tell her that, man, take your charge, it's yours. Is that ratting?
Man, look, better take their lick, or I'm gonna give them their lick.
But is that ratting though? Is that ratting? Especially if homie ain't know he was dirty.
If I knew he was dirty, if I get in my car and I know he's dirty, I'm gonna tell that before we even pull off, look, that's your shit. If they pull us over, that's your shit. I'm gonna let him know that. He gotta know that. Now, if we went half on that shit, we're gonna have to decide right there who's gonna take the charge. But if I ain't gonna make a quarter, I ain't gonna make a penny off that shit you got in your pocket. Boy, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You better take your lick. That's just that on that. People, if they call it ratting, I guess that's ratting. But shit.
What you think a man should do in that position if he like, he a working man type shit. He a civilian.
And he a civilian. He's supposed to tell a, he's supposed to give a nigga. If you don't take your charge, gonna give you your charge. That's any level. That's a man. If he a street, he's supposed to. Ain't supposed to trick himself off the streets. You really tricking yourself off the streets if you sit there and let this nigga. So what do we call it? Who don't take his charge? Do he got a label? You get what I'm saying? Like, do he have a degrading label for not taking his charge? Should we degrade him? Why we don't never hear the stories about them bitch ass?
We hold him high. Why they hold that high?
Yeah, why we holding him high? Cause he didn't be a man and take his own lick. And we looking at this nigga who was just trying to get back to his family and was living right. We look at him as a rat. Oh, he a rat. Rats get killed by the they ratted on. It's not killing shit. You see what I'm saying? It ain't my business if a told on you. I ain't saying he cool. I just ain't gonna do no business with that. But that's your lick. That nigga told on you. You need to do something about that.
Damn, yo.
The world has got fucked up, bro. These kids is misled, dog. They listening to what a lot of niggas saying who ain't never did shit. Half these ain't never caught a charge, man. I ain't never slept on that hard ass mat on the floor. That little bit ass. I'm a big. I can't. Man, listen. That man a motherfucker on that floor, boy. When they ain't got no cells, man, that bitch packed. You gotta catch the floor. Catch, man, that hard ass rack. Man.
Say, bro, I don't know if we answered before we get off Gucci. I'm not sure if we actually answered the question of over the years after him starting the business shit, did he get softer?
I can't say he got soft. I can say he grew up. He matured. He started taking his medication. Gucci had mental illness. He was mentally, all that shit we saw Gucci doing, that guy, he's really schizophrenic. He used to be in the hospital in Atlanta, you know, getting mental illness pills and shit. He wasn't taking his medicine, man. That wasn't off his pills. He was off his rocker, man. He was living where he was going through things. You seen him on that video in the mall fighting niggas, man. He was dope, bro. Now that on some he stabilized. I work at a mental health hospital, man. Some of the people come in there and don't even know who they is. They do shit. They wild. But once they get medicated for about a week or two and they get back on their meds, man, they normal. They different people, bro. You'll look at them and talk to them. They intelligent. You find out who they is. I remember a dude coming up. He was seeing spiders on the wall. He was tripping. Got on his medication. A week later, you talk to this dude, you wouldn't even think it's the same dude. So we gotta look at Gucci. He was self-medicating, bro. He was on them drugs. Gucci went to jail. He came back stable. And his wife is feeding him his medicine to keep him stable. They get off his medicine for probably 6 months straight. We gonna see that old Gucci. Mental illness is real, bro, and that's what's wrong with half of the black community. We mentally fucked up. That shit Pooh Shiesty did had to be a form of mental illness, my. Cause ain't no way you got a jail bracelet on and you still gonna pull off that move, bro. Man, the way FDO was going, that could have redid his contract and requested new money. Man, that was in position to tell Gucci, look, I won't drop another song until you pay me. Gucci ain't making hits. He would have had to break bread. But once you sign that contract, it's a wrap.